So next week we are set to finally vote on the most important decisions this House has taken, a decision which will have enormous and lasting repercussions on our communities, our economy and our security. So over the past few weeks I have taken the time to reflect on this deal and what it would mean for the people of Leigh. And as a constituency made up of post-industrial towns in the north, this deal will particularly impact us because of the fragile social and economic landscape we face after the real hardship we have endured over the last few decades. With the decline of our manufacturing base and then austerity cutting to the bone, we have been left feeling isolated from the economic prosperity seen in some of our cities. We are facing higher than average unemployment, ballooning social issues on our streets and a social mobility crisis that threatens the life chances of our young people. So when I looked at this deal, I considered 2 points. Does it represent the referendum result, where the majority of my constituents voted to leave the EU? But also, crucially, does it deliver on the message they sent and provide a blueprint for transformative and inclusive prosperity for all our communities that will help our towns to thrive and prosper once again? And looking through this deal and political declaration, I cannot conclude anything other than that for 3 key reasons this will be a bad deal for our constituency that will fail to deliver that foundation for the future. So firstly, this deal will not safeguard the existing jobs and businesses in the constituency. Without the assurance of a permanent customs union, our existing manufacturers in Leigh will be left with uncertainty and without an assurance of frictionless trade. And we've seen before that when businesses and the economy take a hit, it is our town economies that are first to suffer. Secondly, this deal does not protect our workers' rights. If we accept this deal, we risk the lowering of rights and standards by a future Tory government. And as a Labour MP, I cannot and will not vote for a deal which does not guarantee all of our hard-fought rights and protections. And thirdly, this deal does not protect our national security. Through my work in the Shadow Cabinet Office, I'm well aware of the critical cyber risks facing our nation and how much we rely on threat information from our European partners. It is simply not good enough to aspire to a close security relationship. Our national security needs concrete reassurances. It is not a bargaining chip. These are just the tip of the iceberg of some of my serious concerns about this deal. But representing a community in desperate need of transformative investment, there is no way I could support such a gamble. Because if the last 10 years has taught us in Leigh, it is that in times of struggle, our post-industrial towns are the first to be hit. And I cannot risk that on our community again. Mr Speaker, it feels like after the last 2 years we have got nowhere. Nothing has changed. And neither has the heated and often polarised debate. It is upsetting to witness MPs, and mostly female MPs, on the receiving end of some of the most vile abuse, be it online or via email. If there is one thing that government must take control of, is the narrow arguments on Brexit. The same characters are preaching the same rhetoric, and as a country and as a community, we haven't moved forward or even reunited. We are left in a truly sorry state of affairs, and what pains me the most is that it really did not have to be this way. Instead of negotiating in seriousness and respect, recognising the close relationship the UK wants with the EU, our closest and most important partner, the government wasted 2 years fighting amongst themselves, botching together a deal which pleases nobody. Therefore, whichever way they voted in the referendum 2 years ago, one thing is miraculously uniting my constituency. It's basically we do not want Theresa May's deal. We are calling this negotiation out for the failure that it is. We reject this botched blindfold Brexit, and we agree that we must and certainly can do better than this to keep our country strong and safe, whilst helping our communities to thrive into the future. Yeah.